Recording?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Lucky here from Bodyline Fitness, and this is what we are pretty much going to do. Before we go anywhere, I am today going to talk to you guys about the beautiful EVOLT 360 bioscan machine. Now, this machine is a very sophisticated, top of the range, top of the line. Like, I cannot stress enough the advancement in technology and how far we have come to get our bioscans now into studios, right? I can't stress enough, like, this thing is unbelievable. Like, I am G'd up about it. Everyone's been G'd up about it. We get our clients, we incorporate it into our programs now. Like, this is the way we used to use other scientific scales, right? But now, this bad boy's come along, right? And it's a great investment for you guys to come down and have a look and grab a scan for yourself, right? Now, this machine here, right, before we go inside there and check it out, what it is, right, it's pretty much equivalent to doing a sort of DEXA scan. So instead of laying down in a big ass MRI machine type thing that hovers over you, what's going to happen, and you obviously spend $250 roughly to get that thing done, what's going to happen here is that you actually end up, which you'll see in a minute, is that it's a beautiful standing up, non-invasive, portable machine, right? So this scale is pretty much, it's got two components to it. It measures you, it scans you, does everything nicely. The only difference between a DEXA versus our bioscan machine is that the DEXA can actually measure the bone mineral density of your body, whereas this one actually can't, right? But everything else is pretty much it. It does exactly, we've got 40 measurements that it does. Part of that 40, you get 22 that are printed on a page for you. So you get to walk away, not only like, obviously you've got an app, right? So on the app, that's where you're going to access your 40. But you get to walk away with a physical piece of paper with the full proper 22 measurements that is needed for you to understand and to take your training to the next level. Now, come with me. I'm going to show you back in here exactly what it's all about and how we go about it. But guess what, guys? Someone's here at the door. So, film crew's just going to keep rolling, keep the camera rolling. It's all good. We're just going to see who it is. This is Brett, guys. So hard, wait to get a Brett. Look at that, beautiful. Alright. Shoes, we were talking about the bioscan machine. Brett's here with us. He's, you haven't jumped on the bioscan machine, have you? No, not yet. You'll soon be doing that, so don't worry. He's coming in to do his workout. This is a routine, baby. Get the pump on. Alright, I'm going to be in the back, showing people the mic. You do your thing.
I will.
You do your thing. He's going to do his thing. You guys come with me. Let's go. No bloopers, guys, this ain't stage. Alright, so come on into our beautiful little private office.
Why isn't it flipping with you?
So what happened is we got this really high-tech, sophisticated machine that the camera is on, and obviously Sada over here, I'm not gonna lie, Sada recording, doesn't know how to use it. So she's just into her, I don't know what she's done with this thing, but Sada, come on in. Right, let's get people in here. Now, as you can you see the bioscan machine, Sada, alright? So this here, guys, is the actual 360 machine. So, as you can see, there's quite a bit going on, right? At the moment, it's currently turned off, so this bad boy here, like, lights up and everything and stuff. I'm just going to close this so it's just a bit more quiet so you guys can actually hear what we're going on about. Now, with this beautiful piece of hardware, what happens is you actually download the EVOLT Active app, right? Now, it's a free dashboard like sort of camera that gets things sort of going, and what happens is with every scan, it automatically uploads to your profile. So obviously when we sign you in and stuff like that, it's going to recognize you from your email and your phone number, alright? From here, you can sign into the app, you sign into the machine here, the machine will recognize that ID. From that, it will automatically, once it's finished doing the scan, it will come in and do like upload it straight to your app. alrighty? So then you get full access, and then once you start doing a scan every 10 weeks and you start progressing and seeing the results and the changes and stuff like that, it's going to nicely graph it up. Now stay there, I'm just going to quickly move into here. So what you're going to get is a piece of paper like this. Now like this one here, like I said, it's got 22 mental scores on it. Then obviously at the back of it, it's got a bit more of a detailed description. So when we do the scan doesn't take long. The whole process of actually getting onto the machine and measuring up and doing all that sort of stuff takes about like 5 to 6 minutes, right? It's not that long. But what we like to do here is we actually like to book you in for a 15-minute session, because I like to explain what this means, because obviously I just don't want to hand this to you and you guys walk away going, oh yeah, look, there's an image of a guy and my body's been split up into 4 quadrants plus the 5th one for the torso, so where the hell am I going with this, right? So we actually explain to you in your 15-minute session exactly what it takes, what's involved, and what all these data means, alright? So pretty much what's going to happen is with this bad boy, it's pretty much no shoes and socks are allowed onto the scaling platform. What it actually does is once you've actually signed in and ID'd everything and stuff, it will get you to stand onto the machine. Now from standing onto the machine, what's going to actually happen, it will first take your beautiful body weight. Now after it taking your body weight, then it will instruct you to pick up these beautiful handles. Now these beautiful handles, as you can see, thick, wide, really high tech sort of stuff. I know it looks not that impressive, like it's just a handle, like calm down bro, but they're actually pressure sensitive. So it's actually got click buttons in here, right? The silver platforms here, they're all like sensitive and they actually just work. So what happens is you end up getting on, it will tell you like the beauty about it is that the tower over here actually talks to you. So instead of me going onto it, like it actually does it automatically. So what happens is it will then tell you to pick up the scaling machine. From here you'll pick up both handles, right, and you'll press down on the thumbs, which will activate an automatic trigger. Now the trick is to this machine, to actually for it to work and to actually for it to like communicate and get, is that we actually got to keep our hands out at a distance about this far, right? Because what this allows us to do, it allows us to create a gap in between that armpit, right? So therefore it doesn't actually calculate the body as one whole segment, alright? Now Sada's obviously freaking out with the thing, guys, so I do apologise. She has no clue. Sada, sorry guys, just don't pay attention to this part. Double tap the screen, get the red face onto me, double tap my face. Yep, you got it. Good girl. Alright. So she was just freaking out a bit, has no clue how to use the high-tech bloody stabilization for the camera. Anyway, so like I said guys, this is the real data, this is real footage. We give it to you straight how it is. So from here, what's actually going to happen is then you end up holding it out like that, creating that gap in the alignment there. Now when you create that gap there, right, this is when it allows to separate your body and the segments from it. Because what happens is if you end up holding it too close, it's going to measure you as one whole thing. Whereas if you do it like separately, it's going to come out really, really nice. So from there, hold it to about here. There's about a 9-stage process that it goes through. So this screen here on the actual scale actually shows you where the current is going. Alright? So it shows you, because obviously it's going to pick and choose, determine, because obviously, like I said, you got a main 22 points of measure that's going to happen first. So from these 22 points, what's going to happen is that you do your 9-step process, it'll tell you to step off, that will automatically print off. Obviously guys, put your shoes and socks back on, right? Don't worry, we sterilize with antiseptic wipes to wipe down the thing after each scan, so that's all done very, very nicely. Now, from here guys, what we're actually going to be getting into is, I'm actually just going to quickly run through this whole process step here, alright? So, what's actually going to happen is, first off, it's going to come up with your total body weight, right? That includes everything, right? So that's just your standard weight. From your total body weight, then we're going to go into lean body mass. Now, your lean body mass is literally your whole entire body with no fat on it, lean mass. So yes, it does include organs, bones, and muscle in there, right? So it'll tell you exactly mass. Second one under that is pretty much your skeletal muscle, alright? So that's point number 3, is skeletal muscle. This is purely just a muscle in your body. Number 4 is protein, so it actually measures how much protein is actually floating around in your muscles. It gives you that in a kilo weight, right? Number 5 is minerals. So the way it determines minerals is through its nitrate levels, Alright, so the machine is actually able to pick up those levels there and therefore give you a whole spit out of what your body is floating around. And again, it's going to give it to you in kilos. Alright, again, the beauty about this machine is because you've got to enter in your height, age, whether you're male or female, so your gender, and then obviously judging off your weight, it actually gives you, like, I don't think you guys can see it there, but along the sides here, it's actually got rough guidelines of to where your body type should be at, right? Because obviously it's measuring for your age and stuff like that, because obviously there are set segments. Because remember guys, this is all scientific data, right? It's all scientific facts. So it tells you roughly where you should be at. So with that, you got your minerals, you got it listed there. Number 6 is your total body water, alright? So what this actually does is it actually measures it in kilos to tell you if your body's hydrated or not. Then what we like to do is we like to compare it to your body weight, so we always want to 50% above it, alright? So for example, right, if I'm coming in at 90 kilos, I want to make sure I've got over 45 kilos of water into my body, which makes it very, very hydrated. In my scan, right, I came in at about 55 kilos, which was way over my beautiful amount. Because guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I only weigh 96. All right, take it easy. I know I look a lot bigger, but relax. All right, I know I'm a bit fat, but just 96 kilos, guys, 96. So, all right, so that's there. Then what we go into is number 7 is pretty much your segment areas, right? So this is where we're then breaking up the body into its 4 parts. So obviously you like to do the left arm, the right arm, left leg, right leg, right? So it's obviously getting it into those little quadrant areas. Now the beauty about this scan is that it's actually going to determine your lean mass and your fat mass in each of these. So then you can literally compare side to side. Now some people sometimes like freak out because there's a huge difference here and there, but look guys, it's a really good way to pinpoint to see if you guys are balanced or not, to see if you are favouring one side or not, you know? Because sometimes you might just be doing a bench press or something, but you don't even realise you're squeezing more with your right chest or right pec muscle instead of your left, and the next thing you know, this thing's going to pick up an imbalance between left body versus your right side of the body. So, with that, you got lean mass, fat mass, again, does the same for your legs, right? Moving on to number 8 is pretty much your body balance. So in that as well, sorry, forgot to mention that torso is included into point number 7. Alright, so you literally got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 there, 5 components in point number 7. Number 8 is your body balance. So this is when it actually tells you from upper body to lower body whether you are balanced, and from left to right whether you are balanced, right? So then, from that, right, you get to then go to total fat mass. Now, total fat mass is all the fat in your body, and yes, it includes the visceral fat. So for some of you that don't know, visceral fat is the fat around your organs. This is the more deadlier fat, right? The fat that you can easily see me grabbing onto here and stuff like that is called your subcutaneous, double tap starter. Anyway, so from here, right, total fat mass, it gives it to you in kilos, right? Moving on to number 10, it's body fat percentage. So then obviously it then actually calculates the percentage of subcutaneous fat that you have on you. From here, it then gives you your visceral fat level. So obviously visceral fat is on an actual scaling system, right? Look, don't ask me the full background about how they developed the scaling system. I do not know that. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. But what I do know is that's the actual figures for it. So obviously the lower the number, the better you are. So for our clients, we like everyone to be under 10. Your optimum level that you should be at when you're really, really healthy and good is obviously between 4 and 6. That's a good, healthy individual. Obviously if you're under 4, don't stress, you're just a bit healthier and it's good. You got less visceral fat around you. Anything over 10 is pretty much unhealthy, right guys? And then if you get anything over 20, that is life-threatening, guys. You gotta really work out what's happening there. And again, that visceral fat is about a lifestyle habit, guys. I can't stress it enough. It is a lifestyle, right? It doesn't matter how much cardio you do, how much weights you lift. It's not about that, right? You can run for 20 hours straight and your visceral fat's not gonna drop. Alright, it's a whole lifestyle experience. So exactly what you're eating, if you're drinking on the weekend, if you're binging, right? So you eat really, really healthy and then you go off the bandwagon at the end of the week. You know, that puts a lot of pressure and strain on your bodies, on your organs inside. Alright, it doesn't allow you to digest correctly and stuff like that. You know, but that's another whole different ballgame. So we're not actually gonna get too much into that. But do know that anything under 10 is good, you know, your borderline. Again, here it's saying, you know, obviously 6 to 9 is that you're balanced, you're okay because you're under 10, and obviously 1 to 5 is your optimal range, which you're at the best, because obviously we want that 4 and 5. Alright? Now, point number 12 is going to go into your visceral fat area. So what this actually does is pretend that we get all your fat, we put it into a block, we get a nice beautiful rolling pin, and we start rolling it out and making a nice beautiful square tile. With this square tile, it's going to be 1 centimeter thick. From it being 1 centimeter thick, it's going to tell you in centimeters squared how much area of fat you have, and then you can pretty much visualize it and pick it up and wrap that shit around you, and that's what you're carrying. Alright, then we've got a standard waist to hip ratio, pretty straightforward with that one. Number 14 is your extracellular water. So what that is actually the water within the cells. Right, so it's able to determine that because obviously with our cells and the nucleus and, you know, the mitochondria and the muscles here and there, right, everything communicates between oxygen, water, blood, breath, breathing, air, like, you got it, right? So pretty much with that one there, it's just got you pretty much 3 stages telling you whether you're, you know, you're high, you're normal, or you're under. Alright. Obviously, if you're really well hydrated with your total body water, your extracellular level should be nice and high up as well, right? So it should be in that optimal range. Obviously, if you're a bit dehydrated, then your cells are going to be a bit dehydrated. So it's a really good comparison to see exactly what is going on internally inside you. Number 15 is your abdominal circumference. Alright. So with this one here is pretty much then just giving you the average circumference of your abdominals, right? Exactly, that includes obviously for that area around there, and then obviously it will give you an indication, guideline that what you should be under. So for example, me, it's measured my abdominal circumference at around 96.3, and it says that I should be less than 104 centimeters. So that's good, right guys? I'm down. So that's what we want. Number 16 is your basal metabolic rate. So that's pretty much, you know, it calculates it at a sort of resting. So this is what your body can burn off naturally. Obviously it does it in kcals. Then it's got your total energy expenditure. So obviously that's going to incorporate with your muscle mass, you know, your body fat here and there when the body's a bit moving here and there, how much it's actually going to burn off and stuff like that. From there, like your 18, 19 and 20 is pretty much talking about like your goal control with fat, obviously new calorie intake, and time to control your body fat in terms of weight. So obviously giving you goals and guidelines. Now guys, when you get that, this is when the app comes in handy. So again, downloading the EVOLT Active app, it's for free, right? And it comes with each scan that you get, right? This here, guys, will help you determine your what you call it, macronutrients. So to break it down to you, obviously when you do your macronutrients, it's first going to tell you like 3 options. Like obviously you're going to go with a weight loss or tone, muscle gain, or just to live a healthier lifestyle, right? So you pick which one you want. From there, then you're going to go into your body type. So whether you're an ecto, meso, or endomorph, right? Again, guys, if you're not quite sure, we do have the screening tools for this. So you come on down, get a screening tool. We can determine what you are, and then bam, put you onto the scale. There is no harm in that. Number 3 on that is then going to determine your activity level. So obviously if you're going to be like, you know what, I want to train 5 out of 7 days a week, bam, twice a day, whatever it is, you're going to be in that sort of high sector. If not, it's going to be just standard normal. And then last but not least, you're pretty much going to hit that little calculate button, and then it's going to calculate exactly your carbs, proteins and fats that you should be consuming in the day in order to achieve that goal, which was the first one you picked of whether, pardon me, losing weight, pretty much muscle gain, or just keeping a healthier lifestyle. So from that then, we're up to number 20 already. I know, this is going for a while. So then we look at your bio age. So obviously your bio age is telling you roughly from getting all these results, it's sort of determining how old you are. Alright, so obviously you want a plus or minus of 1 year, right? So for me, it came in at 27 years, I'm 26. So that is fine, right? Well, I'm really 26 and 8 months, 9 months, whatever we are. We're about to get into September, so boom, baby. That's the way we roll. So, over there, right, what's gonna happen is then Sarah's gonna be freaking out with this. So, with the bio age, right, it's a really good indication to see exactly how healthy your whole body is, right? So, you know, you for example, you might, you know, B, 30, right? Next thing you know, you're a bit unfit, you've been slacking off a bit, haven't been working out as much, B, getting a bit more fast food, stressed with work, here and there, running around with the kids, you never know, and then next thing you know, you get onto this bad boy and then it tells you that you're 37 inside. Alright, so you're just gonna be like, what is going on over there? So, with that, bio age is really, really good. Last but not least, number 22 on the sheet is your fitness score, guys. And this is very important because this is pretty much determines and tells you how fit you are. So, pretty much the gold standard of measurement of this is that if you, it's rated out of 100, because obviously it's a score, so it's nice and steady. So, out of 100, if you're 75 plus, you are a very fit, healthy individual. Alright, full stop, no questions asked. Right, if you want to look at the pro athletes that you see on TV and stuff, they score above 85 to 90. So that's what, if you want to be like pro and you've got like a match coming up, or you really want to, step it up that next game, that's the sort of score you're going to be trying to aim for, over that 85. But if you're an everyday person, and you just want to be actually healthy and fit, you're looking for pretty much 75 above. Alright guys, obviously if you're not trying to go for that elite level, anything over 65, 70 plus is just like a standard health, but obviously the higher the number, the better it is. Can't stress that enough, want it to be higher. Alright, so with that, that is your scan. Alright, I know it took a while to run through it and stuff, but again guys, it is an awesome piece of technology equipment. We're just going to quickly head outside now to finish off this video. I know it's a bit of a close-up, so I have no clue what's on there. Alright. Come with me. Oh my gosh, it's freaking Alright guys, beautiful. Swing it around, swing it around, swing it around. Alright, here we go, here we go. She's got no clue how to work this. I don't know why I still got this anyway. Alright guys, and that's it from me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sarah's trying to figure out how to use it, so she's probably started off this whole video. But it's alright. The main thing is that you got the gist of it. Really get your bioscan results in, guys. If you want to know how much it is, it's $49.95. You get the whole segment of layout. You also get the free app, which has another 20 measurements added on top of the 22 that you get here. So it just works out really, really great. Alright guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, don't forget the little bell icon, because that will give you the notifications when we upload start. Alright, thank you so much. If you found this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And then I'm pretty much now out. I think that's it, what I have to say. Alright guys, bye.